Okay, hello everyone. This is another tutorial by me. Um, a while back I made a sort of incinerator, and I explained how I did it in the video. I think we were here before, but a friend of mine said that he watched the video and he couldn't really understand how I built it. So I'm gonna go through it really slowly here, so that people who want to rebuild something like this can build something like this. So I'm thinking that there's probably simpler ways to do this, but yeah. So put two items in there, drop in, it closes. Now, okay, let's break some redstone. So let's break this redstone right here. Let's keep some redstone on us. All right. So now if I put something, let's take these two blaze rods and let's shoot them in here. Right. Now, what this does, this here is an AND gate. And what this basically says is if there's items in the chest and in the hopper, then it will send a signal. So if I do this, right. But if I put in two items, maybe that is actually a flaw in the system now that I think about it. But hold on, if I put more than one item, that's if I fix it back correctly. It will. Right, so let's not wait for all that to happen. So when it takes out, send the signal to close it. So you put a comparator here to check if this has any items in it, and it would send a signal when there are items in it. A next comparator here as well. Now the amount of repeaters you use depends on the distance and the size of the wiring. The wiring that I have in my base itself, in my storage room, isn't this big. It's a lot more compact. Over here we have an AND gate. So when the signal comes from here, it turns off this torch, and when the signal comes from here, it turns off this torch. And when both of these torches are off, this torch comes on, and a signal is sent down this way. This repeater is just extended. It doesn't have any timers on that or anything. And over here we have a RS Norlac, RS Norlac. Not sure how you pronounce it. And the rain's starting again over here. But when the signal comes here, it tells the piston to open, right? Because it would switch the state of the latch and tell this to open, right? Over here, going back this way, we have a next. We have the next side of the latch, which gets the signal from the dispenser. Now, when the dispenser is empty, I hope the rain doesn't affect me, but when the dispenser is empty, it causes this torch to come on. When this torch comes on, it switches the state from on this side to on this side, thus closing the piston. Okay, so wow, that is heavy rain. I'm gonna cut the record here for a bit and wait for the rain to stop a bit. Okay, looks like we got a little break in the rain, so I'm gonna use this to finish up pretty quickly. So this comparator checks the state of this dropper, and if the state is full, then it if it has an item in here, sorry, then it sends a signal to here, and this switches this state, and it would turn the piston off and it would open it. Now when this is on and there are items in here, it switches the state here and the piston closes. Hold on. And this is on. Sometimes I make my redstones kind of messy and I kind of remember. When this is on, let's go up here a bit, put a large amount of items in here so we could test this. Right, so this sends a signal to here which turns this off, which causes the piston to withdraw. This is also off, which lights this side of the thing, which lights this side of the latch. So when this is off, because there are no items in here, then this turns off and this remains on. If there are items in here, this turns on and turns this off. Okay, yeah, makes sense. So yeah, that's what it does. So when there are items in here, this turns on, which trips this speeds. I think I got lost there. I lost a bit there again. This turns on. Which goes the alright, yes, now I understand. When this is empty, it turns the piston on, which shuts it. That is what I was wondering. So this checks the state of the dropper. Over here, we have a very simple clock that keeps the dropper dropping items in even succession, keeps sending a pulse so that it keeps dropping an item. And from this same wire that tells if the dropper is empty, it goes to the clock. So when the dropper is empty, it tells the clock to stop running. If I break this wire here, well, that happens. Let's put an extra redstone. Alright, if I break this wire up here, you notice that the clock keeps running forever. So what this does is a faceslave to tell the machine, stop running. Sorry about that. Hit my tail by accident, making useless hand gestures. So yeah, this is how this basically works. And down here, we have a piston and a piece of iron. And the iron is blocking a lava pit. It's a sticky piston. You can't use it. You can't use a normal piston, but if you use a normal piston, you will have to have a second piston to push the block back. You can use any block here, it doesn't have to be iron. Just don't use wood, because if you use wood, wow, that's not my keyboard at the moment. If you use wood, this happens. Might not be instant, but don't use wood, it will catch a fire. It might not show you that now because I don't know why. Use any block there. You can even use glass, which might make it, which might be a good touch to it, because then you could see right through. Maybe you all want to see lava. The blocks, the type of blocks that you use really don't matter. All that matters is the tools that you use here, like the comparators. The only important thing here are the comparators and the pistons and the torches. The repeaters are only necessary if your design is pretty big. Alright, that's cool. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, I'm probably not the best at explaining redstone, explain anything for that matter. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and yeah.